What's going on, everybody? My name is Sleeza. We're just going to make a quick video about my Chinese journey after 1 month. If you like today's video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below if you guys are learning a different language or if you're learning Chinese, how far you are on your journey. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into today's video. My Chinese journey. I've been learning for about a month, I would say about 5 weeks. I like to take my weekends off of hard study. So it would be 5 days of active study throughout the week and 2 days of passive study through social media and like the random C drama that I want to watch or even Chinese movie. And how have I been learning? So I have been learning through rewatching a lot of comprehensible input videos. I believe the channel is Zhangkai Chinese. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that correctly, that my Chinese is good enough that I'm pronouncing that correctly. And what I would do is I would watch the video all the way through, of course, like repeating some of the phrases that he says, reading the Hanzi, really absorbing it, of course. And then the second rewatch, I will go ahead and start like really writing down the Hanzi of like things that I think is important that I don't quite remember as much as everything else in the video. And of course, he doesn't like subtitle everything, but like the big key words and key phrases that he use, he will provide the Hanzi and Pinyin, which is pretty baller as well. So that way you can attach the sounds of his words to the basically what I'm trying to say is like, he'll provide the Pinyin so that way you can actually follow along and read it too. And I think that's really cool. And then on my third rewatch, because yes, I will rewatch it 3 times, I will actually start to mimic sentences and like full phrases that he's saying, not just like keywords or key phrases. As of right now, I speak less than a kindergartner. I know ni hao, wo jiao Sliza, 我是美国人，我爱电影。I know various words too, like how to order stuff at a restaurant too. I mean, the very basics. So, like, I'm trying to get more than just the basics to actually have a conversation with somebody. But the basics is pretty much all you need if you want to like visit China for like a weekend or two. Um, but that being said, what else am I doing to learn? Hopefully, like that's not everything I'm doing to learn, or else I'm gonna learn at a glacial pace. Well, I'm actually following the standard HSK program, trying to listen, do as much as I can, and I'm also trying to write down flashcards in Hanzi. And one thing that I'm gonna be doing actually today is gonna be taking sticky notes and like putting them on things with the Hanzi and Pinyin. So that way I can like identify exactly what it is. And I will say it would probably be better if I wrote like phrases like turn on the TV or open the door or close the door, throw away the trash or something like that. But baby steps, one final thing that I have to say about like my whole journey through Chinese is that it would probably be a lot faster and a lot more effective if I wasn't smoking weed. And I think that like you should be able to do whatever the hell you want. If you want to learn a language while you're high, go ahead and do it. Don't let anybody stop you. But you have to be willing to accept the fact that it's going to be a lot harder. You can't always expect stuff to pop into your head immediately if you're already in a haze, like most of the day. As you guys can tell, my Chinese is not good at all. I'm barely learning, I'm barely gaining anything. But my understanding of it, I have a good enough understanding of it to understand that I am taking the harder route. But, more than likely at the end of the day, I'm probably going to be speaking a lot better than most people as long as I just stick to it. Through my social media, my slow comprehension input, through my active HSK studies, through me going through the dictionaries, finding out what words to use properly, looking at actual sentence structures, looking at the nuance between like certain things like sorry, like oh my bad, sorry, and I am deeply ashamed, I'm sorry, and I can't even face you, sorry. And like, I mean, I'm just some dude who's learning a language, so don't take my advice too seriously, but I will say I think it is pretty important for you to, you know, see what you want to do and look at the varying degrees of difficulty in your field of hobby. Like obviously for like language learning, it would be like watching a really advanced well, you don't have to watch an advanced video, but just watching a movie in the native language that's going to be extremely advanced. You're not going to know anything. If you know 80%, dude, that's awesome. If like you're barely starting. I mean, if you know 80%, if you know like 20% and you're barely starting, that's awesome, man. Like you're killing it like for an advanced thing. So like yeah, I mean just like understand that your goal is going towards something. So if you're able to understand a beginner thing and it gets a little bit too boring, switch it up with the intermediate or an advanced thing to where you can't understand it all and you're like catching up. You're forcing your brain to like work a lot harder than it should like if it was your native language, you know what I mean? That's how I've been doing. I feel like, you know, I did a poor example of like my Chinese actually in this video, but I feel like I've actually gotten a decent grasp of it. And now the next step would actually be me finding a tutor and finding native speakers to chat with in Chinese. Um, but if you guys are looking forward to that and actually want to see videos of me speaking Chinese to Chinese speakers, definitely leave a like. It shows me that, you know, you do want to see that. Comment to see if there's like, you know, maybe you want to see this in Spanish too. Like I said, my Spanish is half decent, okay, as well. I mean, should I barely understand? I can barely speak English well, let alone Spanish or Chinese. But yeah, if you have a goal that's pretty hard, but you want to do it, you should definitely go for it. Like, it's going to be very fulfilling. I promise you that. And with that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. I'll see you next time. Take it easy and stay sleazy.